It's been checking in once again.
It's your boy T double. You already know. I'm talking out for you guys.
My favorite number. If you know, you know. Episode 7. My favorite number. You know, they say 7 means complete, but we're not complete. So we're just getting started, you guys. So do not fret. Do not worry.
Just the beginning. Just the beginning.
This one don't work like the other one was. Too short.
So,
Okay. Yeah, today we got T double in the behind the scenes shot a little bit because they be complaining, saying, "Excuse me, they can't see you on Facebook."
oh yeah, I'm here. You know, I'm always here.
And if I couldn't see him, I would be complaining too because he's fine as hell. You see that?
I'm always here for you.
Lord Jesus. See, nah.
Think her and that cup. This ain't really, you know, issues. Her and that
Let's
cup.
talk about it because, baby,
Her and that cup.
the whole cup wasted last night.
Yeah.
At the bar in New Orleans. And I mean, when I tell you,
It is a vibe.
like this much,
Yeah.
like $20 worth of liquor just on the bar.
Yeah. It was a disaster, but it was fun. Listen,
But y'all,
it's a vibe.
y'all know me. I don't nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. Everything happens for a reason. Everything don't happen for a reason. I didn't need that. That amount was the amount that I didn't need to drink. I probably would have been too fried to be outside. Not only outside, but out, in a whole nother state or whatever. So,
Yeah. So.
it was cool. I wasn't even tripping.
Absolutely.
Only thing I was kind of tripping is like, damn, like we just spent that money on that drink. But
It's how the cookie crumbles, but it was definitely a time was definitely
yeah, New Orleans don't owe us much.
yeah, not too much. The food is amazing. Make sure y'all tune in to those reviews.
And
Make sure y'all go check those out. Food was really good.
yeah, it's about to be a lot of good content coming. I'm gonna break it up too. I'm gonna try to do my best to use this and make a lot of content. All right, so it's a series. New Orleans gonna be a series. Mhm. It was very entertaining, y'all. It was the birds.
Yeah.
It was the birds for me again. Birds love me too. God is good. God is just good. He know how to just make me feel good and like how to just make me happy.
Yeah.
Them birds just pulled up out of nowhere with a cute little kid.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere on a car. He was like, I know that kid ain't driving that car for real.
Yeah. She wasn't driving. I was trying to figure out how it was. He was.
It was a remote. The daddy or the granddaddy look like, well, I don't know. They be having anyway.
Yeah.
The parents or the guardian had a remote, and he was, controlling the little girl in the. It was like a big old monster Jeep, but
It was like an Escalade, kind of, sort of,
was it?
a Power Wheel Escalade.
Yeah, it was a Power Wheel. I guess I should have said that. Like he was like she was
Yeah.
like she was in a Tesla.
Right. It was like a Power Wheel. Two birds on there.
The prettiest blue and yellow like cockatoos or something. I don't know. They were beautiful and they were on me. And one gave me a kiss. Y'all got to watch the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was amazing.
They was there.
It just gave me a kiss.
Yeah, they was there for a long time. They didn't.
And the man was cool. He was gonna let me sit there chill with them birds as long as I wanted to.
Yeah.
And we only paid them we paid them $10, $5 per bird.
Per bird, $10.
In Miami, it was $20, but it was 4 birds. So I guess that was still $5 per bird.
And I guess he was on like a time limit, or I guess people was just kind of irritated.
He had just got there yesterday. That was where his little stand is at in Miami. You could tell he'd be there all the time.
Yeah, he'd be there all the time.
on Bourbon, he probably moved around.
Yeah, you could tell because he started in one spot, then he moved on by us, and then we kind of just came
Yeah. Well,
along.
I don't know. I guess it seemed like he started on this, but I guess maybe he came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see them birds. Okay. So I got that on camera. You'll see that on YouTube, the birds. And the flippers,
Absolutely.
they was flipping, and then it was the star of the show. I'm gonna see if y'all can tell who is the star of the show when y'all watch the video. Comment down below.
Gotta tune into the video.
You can tell who was the star of the show, because boy, the guy who I'm talking about, who was the star of the show, when I tell you he played his role to a T.
You won't understand if you don't watch the video.
If you know, you know, you're gonna have to watch the video.
But
But it was very hilarious. So let's just put it like that. When it was all said and done, I was cracking up, and I was,
it was a bunch of laughs.
He earned $20.
It was a bunch of laughs.
Yeah, that was fun. Like the food, right? We're gonna go back to that because
Part you kind of can't leave alone.
the food,
Yeah.
like that's why we went.
Right.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
At one point, I was like, I don't even think I want to go to New Orleans because you know it's like all that voodoo and ghosts and all that. I don't get down like that. Y'all already know the only spirit I want to get tapped into is the Holy Spirit. That's the only spirit I want anything to do with. So when they got to talking about voodoo and all that, but y'all know how I am about good food. I'm a foodie. So when my sister mentioned going there for her anniversary, I was like, all right, God, this is it, we going. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to go, but I still went for her and celebrated her anniversary.
Absolutely.
And when I tell you the food, it was worth it. That's why I went, and it was worth it.
It didn't disappoint.
I'm trying to go on here and see if I could see if anybody's leaving a comment. If you guys are leaving comments, I apologize. I'm not able to see it yet. But if you guys are leaving comments, oh, you hear that? I'm going to from this other phone and not be able to see it right after. So yeah. Let me see. If I got to choose. Okay, so we're gonna play kind of like what you think you would say. What I think you would say. Okay, so what do you think I'm gonna say was my favorite thing to eat in New Orleans?
I'm gonna pick this because I felt as if you kind of went crazy over this. Kind of you had your little moment. The soft shell crab is what I would think.
You are very much correct. You read my mind, or you just was like, okay, listen. The soft shell crab.
It was a hit. It was good.
It was.
It was a hit. It was very good. It was very good. Yeah, but
I peed out on it. We should have got some more of that. I wanted to get some more of that last night, but I really didn't find it. It was a little different last night, but that soft shell crab was everything. And soft shell crab, y'all, if you don't know, because I didn't know before.
Right, I didn't
watching the videos leading up to this.
I didn't know
that you could just eat the whole thing. You eat the shell, everything. It ain't like king crab or snow crab. Soft shell blue crab, they deep fry it and you eat the shell. When I tell you it was so delicious, I'm like, y'all gotta watch the video. You'll see it. I pigged out. I was ghetto. I pigged out. Listen, I was in New Orleans, okay? And who gonna check me, boo? He didn't even see me do it. You gonna see it on the video, but he didn't even know. So you see what I'm saying? I was discreet, but baby, I had to pig out on that. That junk was so good. Them oysters. He don't even like oysters, so I felt kind of bad a little because I demolished a dozen oysters.
I can't tell you what they taste like. Not my thing.
We had half a dozen at one place and half a dozen at the other place.
It would have been biased for me because I probably would have leaned more towards no anyway.
I begged him to try at least one, so I didn't feel like I just was pigging out and eating all of them.
I didn't want to be biased to the whole situation, so I was just like, I must stay out of that one. Stay in my lane, and that's not my lane. So I feel like, in all fairness, I stayed away from that.
So in other words, he let me pig out on the oysters by myself, but that was fine.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad. They were delicious. So I'll speak on the oysters since you didn't try them.
absolutely.
We had them from two places. Both of the places was supposed to be like famous, TikTok famous or whatever. Okay. Well, no, I take that back. That second place that we went to, what was it called?
Yeah, the love, it's love something. I have that.
So the second place that I had oysters at was the better place, the best place. The first place was good, like great, good, 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 delicious. The first place I give a 9.
Lead by you.
Le Bayou. Le Bayou get a 10. Le Bayou get a 10. Acme oysters get a 9.
Yeah, yeah. Acme oysters.
From me.
That's where I had the soft shell crab. Yeah, so that
Is that where? Yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
good.
Nah, the soft shell crab from Acme oyster get a 10.
That was pretty good. I can't lie. It was chef's kiss, seasoned to the gods. He was just that's a video worth watching, definitely.
And before I had the oysters at La Bayou, I would have said Acme was a 10. But because I had La Bayou and they was better, I gotta take Acme down. Well, not really though, because the ones that that's what I was about to say. The ones that I got from Acme was regular, like the basic, not basic, but they was the ones just with the Rockefeller. And the ones that I got at La Bayou had bacon on them and some other shit. Okay. They was fine. The char grill oysters on Bourbon Street, Acme oysters and or La Bayou. Do it. Do it. You could catch a flight just for that. Okay, now I'm excited to try the oyster place here in Detroit that they just opened up, Oyster Boys. I'm inside of what you want to eat food hall. I'm excited to try that now, especially because I want to
compare,
and not in a mean way or nothing like that. Just
for content, right? Just see the difference. Just
because I ain't never gonna bring down no black person. I'm gonna tell the truth, but the way they look, I'm pretty sure they good. The ones that they making at Detroit Oyster Boys.
Nah, I wouldn't.
He gonna try them, y'all. I'm gonna get him to try them. He got me messed up.
I don't know how that's gonna work,
but anyways, so yes,
yeah, I'm a little scared of them oysters.
They good though. They are aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
Anyways, first of all, I love them and their family. Thank you for both of y'all. That was my family too. Really, my uncle. But anyways, yes, y'all, we went to New Orleans and the food was so great. Last but not least, so I ain't even gonna say last because I might think of something else. But the last thing that we got, and it was like so important that we got there that we damn near missed our flight. Y'all know I'm good for that shit. Missing a flight, trying to eat. Did it in Houston. Oh, the beignets.
The sad part about the beignets was the whole time that we were there, Loretta's was closed. So we didn't get to get beignets from Loretta's.
If you don't know, Loretta's is a black-owned bakery. It's like a praline place, really. But they have some of the best beignets. They make sandwiches out of them, hamburgers. Like, they go in, man. And unfortunately, like so many restaurants, especially black-owned restaurants, which I don't really understand about this, they're closed on Monday and Tuesday. And I didn't know that, or we would have went Sunday. So, we missed Loretta.
Yeah.
But it's a reason to go back. We want to go back anyways.
Absolutely.
So
food is worth it. Food is definitely
the
worth
weather.
the weather.
Let's talk about the weather, okay?
Yes.
Go check the video. I was in a bikini.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the weather was that nice. Absolutely.
We had a pool at the Airbnb, and your girl was in a bikini. So the weather is worth it. Green, there are trees and everything is blossoming already. It was like 77 degrees,
I think tomorrow is supposed to be
80
80.
something. And I'm like,
That's so soon.
I know, but y'all know I'm the queen of the 3-day getaway because
Yeah.
gotta come back to work and get that coin
Yeah.
and serve the women of God. Most importantly, it ain't even about the coin for me. It's about serving the women of God through caring for their hair. So I'm back to Detroit to do that, and I'm excited. Um, I'm excited to be here with T Double and you guys for time to talk it out. Um, as we just told y'all, we was outside. We was not at work, chilling, looking at our phones. So I don't really know like what was popping this week. Like what happened on the internet. What's the big trending topic?
I think you kind of skipped past one little part. You were supposed to be guessing. I was waiting on this too. You were supposed to be guessing. What was my favorite part? I was gonna say.
You're right. What I think. Uh, what did you go? That dog? You kind of went crazy over that dog.
That dog was pretty good.
I mean, if I had to pick, I would say that dog.
That's kind of why I said I kind of really didn't know myself, because I kind of think it was a tie between. No, I can't even put that. So I must say it was kind of, because I was gonna say it was kind of like a three-way, but no, I'm gonna say more so, more so too. I just think that it had to be in between the Mufaletta and the bites was good. The alligator bites was good, but the
No,
dog was probably a little
I
better.
forgot about that muffaletta. That is what you went the craziest over when you
Yeah.
was eating it.
Right.
Yeah, that was your thing, the muffaletta.
Yeah, that one was
And I took a bite of it. I mean, it was good, but I was too busy going crazy over the oysters at that point.
Yeah, I don't know them. It was real good to me.
Yeah.
It was good. It was great. I was just like, wow. So, I love between that and that dog. I think them was my best two there. Yeah, so I liked the bites too, but it was the dog was different.
Yeah. The dog for me was better than the bites.
Yeah, the dog was different.
The dog was better than the bites. I mean, the bites, like I say, and even when he said something about it, the guy who gave us the dog, the bites was kind of like overcooked chicken tenders to me. Like they was just, the breading on there was like you say seasoned well. They was fried well, but the texture of it was just a little tough
Chewy.
in a way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if anything, it was similar to chicken.
Yeah.
More so than or like a dry ass pork chop.
See, that's why I said it kind of reminded me of gizzards. Like,
I've never had gizzards because that'd be a lie, but I don't have them. You love them?
I was eating them once every day.
Gizzards say every day at work. Yeah. Like how I go get my one chicken leg.
Absolutely. I was getting a half order with some fries. It was a lunch special.
Okay. I
Thing up there. Shout out Harlem for that. You know what I'm saying? Help keep the lights on in there for like the whole summer.
Oh.
No, it's like chewy. That's what that reminded me of. And but it was good.
Okay, so what would you say was your highlight of the trip?
Probably meeting the dude that do the
Get
NFL
out
draft.
my brain because that's what I was, and that's what we're supposed
Yeah.
to be doing. Because I think you was said we met a Louisiana legend.
Yeah.
Okay, ball
Yeah.
legend star
Right. He was yeah, absolutely.
for
It was
real.
just crazy how we ran into him. But
It was cool.
yeah, it was real.
He about to pull it up. So I'm gonna say this straight.
I'm about to try to see his name.
So we went to get refills. Okay, Fat Tuesday, get your refill. Okay. And we was in there, and the chick that was ringing us up or whatever, this man walked in or whatever, just a little man, little older man. He looked regular, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't really paying no attention. She was like, "You know who that is, right?" And then we was like, "Oh," I was like, "No." And she told him, like, "Yeah, that's this man." Da da da. Da. And then next thing you know, they are Googling him and pulling him up, and the whole time he out here with the football players. And go ahead, man. Tell me.
Yeah, he was he's the guy. He made a little dance or whatnot. It's a celebration that he has. That's a staple in New Orleans, but a lot of people do it now.
Excuse me.
So he started doing a little dance or whatnot, and I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about." So then he started pulling up Justin Jefferson, doing it, a bunch of wide receivers and all that. It was lit. It was a moment. Can't remember his name exactly.
Who
But
the man?
yeah, I can't remember his name exactly, but it was definitely a moment.
Right, like we gotta find his name.
I'm sure Google
Yeah,
too.
because I gotta put it. We
He
gotta put it
all
in the
on YouTube.
video. But this man was super, super cool, super nice. Black man. I love black people.
The-
Love us.
And the theory
Period.
is true. Popeyes is better in Louisiana. I haven't even had it here yet in a long time. And I ate the Popeyes there cold with the pepper. It was
First of all, let's start there. Popeyes in Louisiana give you the pepper like churches up here do.
yeah, the authentic, the real. You bite into that joint, yeah.
I listen. I had tore the damn pepper, and I had it on the chicken, and I made it like a chicken pepper sandwich. Making my mouth water. I'm getting hungry. Excuse me. But yeah, it was lit. All of the food there was lit. The most of the gumbo was good. That last gumbo last night from Mambo's was like a 5.56 on the gumbo scale.
That was the worst one you've had.
It was definitely the worst one I had down there.
Mambo's.
Yeah, Mambo's. The first place that we had gumbo at was what, Niao's?
No, Hulk's Seafood.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Shout out to those
Right.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Niao's was good. They gumbo. Their chicken was good. It was like regular. Now their dressing was good. It was tasty as hell, but it was different. Like it was like mushy
They had spaghetti.
and cheese,
Yeah.
not mac and cheese. It
Yeah.
was spaghetti and cheese, spaghetti noodles. But it was tasty. I can't even lie. It was just different.
I had the spaghetti was real tasty. I had jambalaya, which was it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And I had shrimp po' boy, which could have been better, but
And that was at Nia's, right? Yeah.
yeah. And I don't. I mean, it could have been better. I didn't really expect too much more, but I just expected better because I had already had so much good food. Something had to be last, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I don't like po' boys. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't like po' boys. Like you said, it's too much bread and not enough meat. Let's start there.
I don't like po' boys.
I know. I don't like po' boys or poor boys. Give me no.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's funny that they call po' boys, but they got too much bread. No,
Yeah.
that don't even make sense.
It's a lot of bread to meat ratio. The bread to meat ratio is definitely off. It's way much more bread than it is anything else.
And then no sauce.
Yeah, fully dressed.
I could see. You can see if they put some sauce on the damn bread. Like it.
Damn.
Oh boys, look here when they be doing them at different places. I be like, no, I'm straight. Too much bread.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that.
So yeah.
I mean, that's probably the worst thing that I had when I was there.
That and that gumbo for me.
I can
For
honestly
sure.
say. And not just to say like it was just like terrible.
Yeah, no, it
It just
wasn't.
wasn't.
It was
Something had to
that
be
part.
last. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was last. But
Right.
you know, if you like po' boys, you probably be like, hey, this is a hit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Cause we could have slapped some sauce on there, a bunch of sauce.
Right. We could have lathered it up. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the deal.
And the first like 3 bites of the po' boy that I had wasn't terrible. It's just like the fish later, it just was not good. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this a sign for me is if you can eat it cold, it's good.
Yeah.
That shit was not good cold.
Yeah.
It was nasty cold.
Some
Chris, what up,
stuff
though?
is better when you rewarm.
Or you know what I'm saying? Or it's just as good cold. No, that was not the po' boys. No.
I thought
But
Popeye's cold. That's how I knew. So
mhm.
this gotta be good. Like I don't like Popeyes, but I'm gonna give Popeyes another. I'm gonna give
You
it
gonna
another
get them a
go
spin around the block, huh?
here
Yeah, because Popeyes is not that bad.
because of them. But if it's not like that, I don't. I'm back to.
So you better go to a good one and tell them to drop your shit fresh.
I don't know where's the good one.
The one on Telegraph in Plymouth, Chicago, it's not terrible.
I would think
That's like
that
Redford.
I would think that all Popeyes are kind of good because they got it easy. You just dropping chicken. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't think that it's like,
Come
hey,
on now, you know how people is at work.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, it should be good, but people be on some bullshit. Y'all, New Orleans, New Orleans don't owe us nothing.
It was a hit. It was a hit. 10 out of 10, I'd do it again. We missed the parade that we was kind of just like right behind.
Yeah.
They said they was like passing out flowers, like
I still
school
got
cars and stuff right down. And then they said they went down to the river, but we came like right after that, but which was cool because if I'm not mistaken, it was like raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still doing like Mardi Gras type stuff. Like this whole month, I think it was like the Lyft driver or the cab driver talked about how busy it is in March.
Yeah.
So, we went at a pretty good time. Like he said, it's cold up here, it's warm down there, we snowbirds, okay?
It was great.
So,
it was definitely great.
Like he said, 10 out of 10, we'll do it again. It's down there. Willie's, they got other places like this. Like Bourbon Street is lit.
Bourbon Street is full of slush places. Everywhere has a slushy on Bourbon Street.
Slush, oysters, chicken, pizza.
And pizza. Yeah.
Like pizza, and what's crazy when I got home, I had a taste for some pizza.
Yeah.
And wings.
Can't go wrong with pizza and wings.
That's what we had. None of that. Have that when we come back home.
Yeah, that's not a place for pizza. We walk right past those pizza spots.
Yeah. So we just got home today. I traveled in my new Go Lions gear. Okay, got my handles on the back.
Okay.
Y'all get the picture. Check out the video on the YouTube. and you'll see his because he was repping the Pistons on his, and I had on my Pistons jersey. You know we be having to coordinate at least once on the trip. Call me corny. I really don't care. Just call me. Okay. But no, so that was fun. New Orleans was fun. I definitely would like to go back. The next trip, you guys, is a cruise. So, but you're gonna see much more from the New Orleans trip coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'll drop a new video like at least once a week from the New Orleans series. Okay. The next I got one up now. The next one will be longer. So
Yeah, be looking at.
it's like 30 minutes, 26 minutes.
Yeah, be looking out. It's a lot of content from New Orleans, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna take a
Short
little time to be
TikTok.
running through it.
Right.
Just be looking out.
Yes. And let us know where y'all think we should go after the cruise. We are always open to ideas, places you've been
The
is
best places to
maybe
eat at.
the best places to eat. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Eat good food. Bring y'all reviews. Log. Places that we ain't gonna have to, sell an arm and a leg or nothing in
Yeah,
between.
absolutely.
And yeah, so moving right along. Y'all know how we like to do segments, okay? We just wanted to do that to let y'all know that's why we not really doing the talk of the town or like the internet mess or
Yeah,
anything that went on the internet. I don't even know if anybody died this week. Rest in peace to whoever passed this week, because we usually try to pay homage to those that we lost as well. But I have not been on the internet. So what we're gonna do, you guys, we want to switch gears, go and just kind of mess around with some cute little segments, little topics or whatever. Things that our peers, y'all know, especially if you know me, I always say, especially in Detroit, the dating pool got pee and Flint water in it. No shade to people in Flint. It's not y'all fault, but I wouldn't drink y'all water. Okay?
yeah,
So,
that's valid.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we just want to ask, some little questions or play some little games. I got Chat GPT involved with this, y'all, so bear with. So this says, hold on. He says, she said, we said, each person answers the racial question separately, then compare and answers on air form for the essence, surprise differences. Okay. This is that. Quick fire, fun choices, Netflix or night out. I think that last one is a good one because it goes with what we just was doing, which was traveling. But I like, and I hate to say this because you really, all we've done is like solo, um, you know, twosome. We've never done like a group trip. Because that's the question. What do you think is better, like a solo bay or like, cation with just you and one other person or like a group situation? What would you think, even though you haven't been on a group one, do you think you would enjoy a
Yeah,
group trip?
yeah. I feel like I guess it kind of. Yeah, I feel like I would, but I guess it kind of depends. Because if you want some one-on-one time, no, a group trip is not good. But that don't mean that you're not gonna have fun if everybody's on the same type of time going on a group trip. Which personally, do I think is better. It's just my personal because you're just so relaxed on a one-on-one. You already got to worry about you and the one other person, whether no matter who this being, a grown person, you know what I'm saying, whatnot, but y'all just came from somewhere together, y'all going, you know what I'm saying, to the spot that y'all came from together. So at the very most, you worried about that person. like you worried about you. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
when you attend a group event, you throw a group event, you host a group event, and you travel, it kind of falls in line that you are kind of can't relax because you're kind of worried about these people, and it ain't even got to be in bad ways. You just kind of want to make sure everybody happy, make sure everybody, oh man, they not having a good time because they doing this. So now I want to kind of make sure that I do this so they can have a good time, or let me try to change this around. So I feel like you don't really get to, you know what I'm saying, relax, like let down. So I think one-on-one trips are the best. Like group, I mean like solos.
Well, like you said, I think it all depends, and I think it could be much easier with just a one person. Hey, niece. Yes, he is.
Thank
Um,
you.
I think because if you want to solo, like vacation or twosome vacation, like you say, you kind of know the temperament of the person that you with. You kind of know how to deal with it. But when you dealing with a group of people, it's liable to be one person. One person didn't bring no money. One person got an attitude for no reason. One person that's just depressed or just, you know, run off and lie not drunk. Like, everybody just got to be worried about, like you said. So,
And they can just throw your whole mood off. Yeah.
yeah. Because I feel like even if you wanted to just get some alone time with you and your person on a group, y'all could always break off
Step
for a
to the
minute.
side.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Right.
wouldn't be the issue. The issue would be the person who would end up getting on your nerves.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I say that too. Okay, let's see what else ChatGPT talking about. Okay. Relationship Mythbusters. Tackle a common relationship belief and chat about whether it rings true for you. Examples: opposites attract, or never go to bed angry. The man eats before the kid.
Mean you mean as far as like, is that a thing? Is that
Is it a myth, or do you think it's true? Is it, do you know of any other like relationship myths? Like, case in point, the video we were just watching, and boy was like, "Oh, broke dudes go crazy in the bed." You know what I'm saying? Because they broke, and that's their job or whatever. But you know, that's a myth. Is it
that's a
true?
there are a bunch of, and I'm not just saying that that's like, listen, I get his point. I get exactly what he's saying. And there's some truth to what he was saying. There is some truth to that. So I get what he was saying. But that's a myth. That's not a, it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing. He's just funny. That was funny that he was the way he said that. That's funny that you brought that up.
I'm just saying because it was
Right.
like, I typically try to stay away from broke niggas. Like, honestly, like just
I
broke,
totally, yeah, yeah,
just broke down. I haven't really
yeah.
had sex with a broke ass nigga in a long time. Thank you, Jesus. Um, so maybe that's where maybe that what I'm saying, maybe I'm missing out. I don't know. Now I do remember being young when we all was broke. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we was going crazy, but like you said, we ain't have nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? We all was bored. We all was going crazy. Them niggas was bored and broke. You know what I'm saying?
So
We was bored and broke. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I was like, a teenager was one of the first, some of my first sex was with a broke niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
so
other than that,
this is a ladies chime in type of deal. Ladies, y'all can chime in. Do you think that broke niggas give you better sex than
I could see
the
how though
average
they
nigga
got
on the
more
street?
energy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tired. They done been chilling all day. They
Right,
ain't got shit else to do. You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Probably just, fantasizing and thinking about what they gonna do and how they gonna do it when they finally get the chance when you get off work. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
Somebody got to
Right,
be at
right,
work.
right, right.
So, um, yeah, and a lot of times they be young, so they have stamina going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Most most young niggas is broke. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if you a broke nigga, hopefully you at least young. You know what I'm saying? If you
Those be
old and
holding up.
broke, damn. So that means you on high blood pressure and you broke? No, no, no.
They
You
don't
can't
be
be
old
limp
and broke.
and broke. That's not definitely not gonna happen. So yeah, they usually yeah. I believe that's true. I believe that's the thing. That's the thing. Now if you old and broke, then you might just but even then, if you know face face game probably going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
Tongue twisters and everything.
that's maybe that's it's a female's thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to comment below if y'all think that broke dudes put in more work than niggas that actually go to work.
Right, right. Yeah, please,
When it
please,
comes to the bedroom,
please let us know.
what about the other one? Opposites attract. Just think about that.
That's I mean, it has some truth to it. Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
Yeah.
but I believe it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? In ways, I believe it's like a puzzle. In certain ways, you will be similar to a person, and other ways you will be opposite to
Right,
where it's compatible. Though
right.
you know, it's like the word I'm looking for is like complementary,
Yeah, it's like a balance.
complimentary.
Yeah.
um, so a lot of times opposites can complement. So I think that that is very true. It's a like you said, a balance. It
Yeah, it's
fits
like a balance.
everything that I'm lacking. This person may have available, and vice versa, to where it comes together like a good cake.
Absolutely. No, I don't know nothing about bacon on cakes, but
Oh, I love to bake
I know
cakes
when
and
I
cookies.
know when they come together.
What about never go to bed angry? I think that's a good thing. I think that's bad to go to bed angry. Let it fester. You mess around and have a dream.
That's
Like
very true.
I think it's better to just get, especially if it's serious in any kind of way. Don't let stuff like that have power over
Yeah,
you or
facts.
your relationship.
Facts.
Um, just talk about it, get it over with, because eventually you're gonna have to talk about it, and the longer you wait, the worse I feel like the conversation gonna be.
That's true. That's very true. That's a valid thing. I mean, depending on how people are. Me personally, I'm a person that if we just happened to fall asleep and we was mad, hey, you know what I'm saying? I live with you or whatnot. We just happen to fall asleep and we mad. Just through the night, somewhere along, like you know what I'm saying. Somehow we just end up once we, you know what I'm saying. It's like a
Unspoken apology,
right, bingo,
some type of
bingo. That's
body
exactly
language, or
bingo, right?
and I mean I think that's great for a starter, because I still think you can't, you or not you can't, but you shouldn't let stuff go unsaid, and just like sex it away. You know what I'm
I know,
saying?
yeah,
Because
not one.
eventually the conversation still needs to be had. So the type of person I am, and because I really believe in the power of the written word, stuff like that, and I do understand that it's very easy to just fall off to sleep, especially when you had a long day, started early, turn up. It's easy to just doze off without actually just
Correct.
saying, "Nah, I'm about to get in the shower, lay down, and purposefully go to bed."
Correct.
Man.
Right. Correct.
But if you just doze off on me and we was both mad or whatever, you was mad or I was mad, whatever, I'm the type you gonna wake up to a text message. You will wake up to it, but it ain't gonna be a mean one. You will wake up to the, I'm sorry, or you know what I'm saying. This is what you did and made me feel this type of way, but you fell asleep, so I didn't get a chance to say this. But
I guess
I love you. You know what
I
I'm
guess
saying?
because you still got it off. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad no more.
You still got it off,
I'm
right?
going to sleep. I said what I had to say, and I'm now because you went to sleep. But when you first thing you gonna see is, you know what I'm saying, what I had to say, and I'm sorry you went to sleep. I'm sorry I said what I said. I'm sorry, whatever, however it had to be, it'll be addressed on my end, and then when you wake up, you can see it and be like, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever
Right,
you gotta
right,
say.
right, right.
But we not just about to, even if we do the rollover, mm too, you know what I'm saying. But don't think when you really roll over, grab that phone, that I ain't saying what I said.
Right. See now, yeah, that's crazy. That's the text part, right? But which is fine because that's still a way to get it off. It's a little crazy, I feel like,
I
but
mean,
I
because
mean,
before text messages, I write a letter like white girls.
uh, I feel it.
I think that's a good idea in a marriage. Even better than text, I think you should have like a bed diary. So where even if you might sleep, even if it's just something you might feel uncomfortable with saying or talking about, whatever, it's in the book. You know what I'm saying? So check the book.
So you saying your spouse get to check your book?
This is our book.
Oh, okay. So okay, okay.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even really want to have this conversation because it might have been too uncomfortable, or we might have got to arguing, so
All
I'm just
right.
writing in here, you know what I'm saying, and we'll deal with it like that.
Yeah, that might. Okay, I got you.
Because it should just be addressed, and writing things down is so powerful.
Ye- ye- Yeah, absolutely right. But I feel like writing is almost like a text message, but
It
to the
is, it
point
is,
where people can read something and misunderstand. But I guess I feel like they gon'
but it's really the catalyst for a conversation. I'm not saying we're not gonna have a conversation about it, but certain shit is easier to write. You know what I'm saying?
very true, very true. Very true.
And then it just opens the door
Mm.
for the conversation.
Yep, that's true.
I think that's a good idea for
That's
couples.
that's why I used to text so much. That's why texting is one of my things because it's easier for me to write it than to say it.
Especially with a lot of people around and shit. Like, for me, I'm always at work with a bunch of people, which I work at a church. We just do hair. So certain stuff definitely can't be said. And then, I'm always around my mom, my daughter, people that I don't just be wanting to hear my details to my conversation all the time. So no, I work at a salon, but it's a Christian salon, or it's a haven for the Holy Spirit, really, and we care for the hair of the women of God and the men. We have male clients.
So it's really in the salon, y'all,
It's
not
really a
in the
salon.
church.
Right. He actually thought that I worked at a church.
Thought they did here out the church. And I was like, that's cool, you know. I didn't understand
I mean, kind of like with you.
the setup, but I was like, that's cool until I was informed one day that she said, no, this is not actual church. But I was like,
I mean, we listen to gospel all day.
yeah.
We pray our way in and out. We love each other. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I love my coworkers. I'm so blessed, man, for real. I wouldn't trade my job and my coworkers right now for $10 million. I ain't even lying. I wouldn't. Not right now. I in this space.
You got a good
I
job.
need it. I need them. They like my family, and I'm being trained. I wouldn't even. I feel like right now working there and everything that God got me going through is training me so that I can have the $10 million with integrity. You know what I mean?
I trade all my coworkers in. Let me keep the job. For 10 million, take all of them.
I would have to figure a way to keep them. Cause I get to 10 million some other way. God to provide it. I get it. I get the $10 million and be able to keep my coworkers.
That is my way.
If it was God's will for me to have the $10 million, because what if I get the $10 million and now I'm miserable? I can't find a good team to help me, be a good steward over it. I got all these leeches and bad people around me now because they just want to suck the life out of me and all of my $10 million. No, I have $10,000 and have praying coworkers that pray for me, pray over me, not PREY, PRAY. You know what I'm saying? No, I would. Shout out Glamour Salon and Plum Market.
Shout out to Plum Market. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. I need that 10 million. I wouldn't. I'm only keeping it 100. I need that 10 million. Shout out to those guys.
He do a great job. Everywhere he goes, he got a good work ethic. I just got to say that.
Sometimes, I just cook because I be hungry, and that's what that be. So I ain't got no problem cooking because I be hungry.
That stuff.
Cause you know,
peanut butter jelly sandwich or something. What is
it? Cause sometimes I just be eating boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs. I know something. Simple.
You know how when you cook and then you be like, man, I ain't even hungry no more. That be me. So
yeah.
After I done cooked it all, I just be like, I don't even want it. Sometimes I try to pack it up to take home, and then I'll be like, I don't want it after I done took it home. So
And guess who ended up eating it?
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, it's real. But it's it's fine. It's just a little handle. The thickness never hurt nobody.
I ain't never seen it hurt nobody. Hit him, but don't hurt him.
What? Is this not me? Like, okay. Okay, I can handle like this, but I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to do this in front of you guys? Okay. Here, one thing that you've learned about relationships through our experience together so far. One silly and one serious.
That's what you was about to answer.
That's what you.
Oh, I thought that was
the answer.
Oh, okay.
Share one thing you learned about relationships through your experience together so far. One serious, one silly.
I guess the serious one, that just to kind of be like, just don't let nothing stop you from doing what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, just do that. In relationships, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The silly one would probably be uh, this is gonna be okay. The silly one that I learned, right? I'm just going off because I really probably would have to. This caught me off guard, so I'll probably have to really think for a long time. But one quick one that I can just come up with, the silly one that I learned is, you know, people love to eat. One thing that you gonna do is y'all gonna in a relationship, whatever the relationship is, y'all gonna eat a lot. So keep a lot of mayo and hot sauce like on the side, cause that comes in handy for sure. That's a thing. That's a sure thing.
Okay.
You can make a person happy with mayo. Go along.
Well, I feel seen because I love it. I love mayo. I love mayo. I love hot sauce. Wait a minute. Where is it? The hot sauce. The red hot that I use it anyway. No, here you go, because I want to put it on my pizza. And not this one.
That one good too though.
No, it's
I like that.
You ain't got nothing else, but
that's the one I get on my gizzards. No faking. I put that one on my gizzards. I put my gizzards on top of my French fries. I grab that hot sauce. I put it on top of the gizzards and the French fries. Go crank. Listen, you gotta try. You can't knock it until you try. Y'all gotta try it. Go get y'all some chicken gizzards. Hey, go to Harlem. Call Harlem, man. Go to Harlem Fish and Chicken. Go get you some chicken gizzards with some French fries. Get the hot sauce packs that they give you.
You too
It's a
excited. So
check
anyway,
them out.
so anyways,
Tell them T Double sent you.
so anyways, I guess if I had to answer the question, um, they are both kind of the same, right? But they have differences, which is really crazy, y'all. So clock this T, right? So the serious one that I learned is that I mean, first of all, no one can define your relationship or a relationship for you, but you. You and that person that you're in a relationship with. So this would be like a two-part to the question because nobody can define the relationship, and the second part is that it kind of is a living thing. A relationship is kind of like a living thing. It kind of has a heart, a life, a breath, you know what I mean? And it just does its own thing. It grows, it becomes what it's gonna be. And especially if you in any way is driven by the most high. You just kinda like throw your hands up and be like you on a roller coaster and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and go for it and just enjoy the ride. Scary, fun, heart in your feet. You on cloud nine, you don't know where you at, whatever. Just trust God and go with it.
Absolutely.
uh that's the relationship. And so, and that's silly too, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, whoa, what the, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, as much as you think you know, and as much as you think you in control, whole time you a slave. The friendship, because at the end of the day, a relationship ain't nothing but a friendship. Marriage is a friendship. Now it's levels, seriousness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's still a friendship.
Right.
So
That's the base of it. That's the root of it. Yeah.
any relationship. So that's another thing, I guess. But no, I've been through that.
Yeah.
But this is be talking about what did I learn here in this last like year, that a relationship, a friendship, being around somebody is it's its own thing. It's just a beast. It's its own beast.
Mm-hmm.
And
it growing too. Yeah, exactly.
Good luck with that.
It wants to, right? Yeah.
Pray about it. I suggest you go into it with prayer and Thanksgiving. Do a couple of fasts.
Yeah, for real.
Take a lot of trips.
For real.
Okay. So, money is no option, right? Where we going? Dream trip. Where we going?
Money not an option.
Money not an option.
We going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Where you?
Probably somewhere like not Dubai.
Because everybody want to go to Dubai.
Yeah, not Dubai.
We not trying to see y'all.
Not Thailand.
I love y'all.
Um,
we going to Thailand.
I can't think.
That's the next international trip. I feel like, other than the cruises, when we Thailand, that's where we going. But that's not the dream, though. The dream is even. See, Thailand is the cheaper version of the dream for me.
It's this one. You know what? Just right now, off the top, I'm gonna say Tokyo. Even though I feel like
you gonna do that?
I love everything about it. That saying the dream is almost like it's somewhere it's impossible to go. You know, and that's why I don't want to say that because.
Well, no, not necessarily. Dreams come true. Hollywood was a dream for me. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, and it was like it ain't that I thought it was impossible. It was just like This is just like this is another good question too but like how you had that person just like a crush or like you see and we be like, oh, they fine, but you don't want to ruin it and find out that you really don't like them for real, so you rather just like keep them as a fantasy.
Yeah. As a visual, like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but for me, my one that I really want to go to is the Maldives.
Yeah. You said the Maldives.
The Maldives. I want to go to the Maldives. Um, I mean, because like Africa was like go back to Africa. Like I go to Africa, but like I never, you know what I'm saying, thought that I would go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? But now that I've been to Africa, I'm like I'm going everywhere. I'm going to Thailand and I'm going to the Maldives. Where, cause them flights don't be as high as it be seeming. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. You blow bread.
You just gotta take two. Are you automatically taking two?
Most of the time, if you going that far, you're gonna do a layover.
Okay.
I mean, you could get a long flight, but who wants to stay on a plane for 24 hours or 15, 16 hours? Yeah. Take an 8 hour, take a break, because the 8 hours is a long time.
That's a very long time.
But normally, if you got an 8 hour flight, you getting dinner or breakfast, whatever time you on a plane, it's a full meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got movies to watch. You know what I'm saying? The seats is way more comfortable. That's not no Spirit flight. I mean Spirit flight.
8 hours.
Yeah, it was 8 hours to get to Paris. 8 hours to Paris, and then 8 hours from Paris to Africa.
Yeah, no, I need a big seat.
Yeah, it wasn't no big seat. And let me tell you story time. On the way to Africa, this lady, when I tell you, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to watch my movie. The camera, the screen is on the back of the seat in front of you, okay, that you watch the movie on. When I tell you this lady let her seat all the way back so far and fast and hard that it almost bust me upside the head as I'm trying to watch the movie. White lady. I was so... When I tell you I rolled at least 3.5 of them 4 hours with my foot in the back of that seat.
Why she do that though?
She was about to go to sleep, lay down, I guess, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, it's somebody behind you. You know what I'm saying? The least you could have did was like gave me some warning that you about to bag up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like this watching the movie. We had been, flying for a couple of hours already at this point. So thank God I didn't have no drink or nothing on my tray.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She would have knocked it on to me like just with no warning. It just would have been common courtesy for her to give me a little bit of warning. She gave me no warning, so then it was like, okay. Courtesy and poise and all of that is out the window. I see. We ghetto. Oh, lady. I don't even think you know who you messing with. So it got real ghetto. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it got real ghetto because it really didn't get real ghetto, but it got a little hostile. I ain't gonna lie.
Too late now. You said it already. It got real ghetto.
It didn't get real ghetto, but it got a little hostile. Cause real ghetto would have been me punching her upside her head.
That's what I thought you was about to say.
No. I didn't put my hands on her and nothing like that, but the seat, she wasn't able to push that seat back like that for a couple hours. Because I conveniently put my foot. Get mad. Well, okay, that's probably a lie. But I'm trying not to get mad as often as mad. Let's say that. Okay. And that was one of those times when she tried it. She tried it, she tried it, she tried it. But you know, it was cool. I survived. I made it.
Well, that's cool. That's good news. That's good news. And we love good news.
Okay, I like this. Spot the difference between a cute habit and a red flag deal breaker. Red flags versus quirks. Can you tell the difference?
A cute habit and a red flag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Or just like a harmless part of their personality as opposed to something that's just like, I cannot deal.
when you start getting aggressively or verbally aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Because um, something is not going your way, that's a red flag. That's
And verbally aggressive, like elaborate.
like um, verbally aggressive, meaning talking angrily. I think I just made that up.
No, that's the word.
All right, I tried it. Talking angrily, you know what I'm saying, towards someone because you may be mad that, you know what I'm saying, hey, yo, I want $30 to go and get this for lunch. Well, I ain't got 30. I got 15 and we can get, and you know what I'm saying? But, because it didn't go your way now, you person, like, that's a red flag. Or we can,
You broke ass.
yeah, we can,
Yo, broke ass. I even got $30.
right, and we can,
Are you serious?
yeah,
Like,
you know how the females do. That's you know what I'm saying, y'all females go
that's why I should have never had no baby with your broke ass.
Jody.
Jody. Go ask your mama. You asked her for everything else. Did she put them rims on my car? Jody, did you put these rims on?
I stole my car, Jody. Good class.
Yeah. Okay. So at what point is it okay for a woman to be verbally aggressive? Because I agree that it's not okay for her to be verbally aggressive just
When
because she
she
didn't get
angry.
with her way. Because shit, you gonna always be, you not gonna always get your way. So you know what I'm saying. You got to pick your battles. Sometimes you have to get to be a certain age to realize that, especially as a woman, depending on how you grew up, what you grew up watching your mama do, type shit. But at what point is it okay
When,
for a woman to get verbally
when
aggressive?
is she angry and not being heard? If she's angry and being listened to and being heard, it's still not a thing. It's still not okay. Um, at what point is it okay? When she's not being heard or being listened to, um, after trying to address, situations. But I was saying it's a red flag to a habit, if I'm not mistaken. You were saying
To do it all the time, you saying?
to like, to,
No, because the question is, what is like a cute habit or just a personality trait that you just, either whether it's cute or not, you just, okay, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. As opposed to something that's like a deal breaking red flag. And that makes sense. Talking aggressive to, you know what I'm saying? Just like, we going to be arguing all the time.
right, bingo.
If every time
You get mad about something not going
you
your way.
cussing me out,
Yeah, yeah.
like, yeah. Because I
Especially
believe
if
vice
I'm the
versa.
person who's trying to, if I'm the person who's trying to meet you or give you what you want, if I just can't give it to you every time, hey yo, I just say I can't do that this time, and then I gotta be the one to deal with backlash, yeah, that's red flag for sure. It's just a quick turn off,
I agree. I agree. Same, vice versa. So he says when she feel disrespected, ignore, unappreciated, right after you realize you don't talk to the wall. I don't.
When you're right. When can she talk like that? When she feel disrespected, ignored, unappreciated, right after you realize you don't talk to the wall several times.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
Basically, yeah, and I agree. Like once she realized that, yeah, absolutely.
Well, see, that's why for me, I feel like when I'm on my way out,
Me.
now when I come back, if I'm talking aggressive and I'm irritated, I'm checking out. Jen checking in is checking the fuck out. Cause if I'm still checked in, you know what I'm saying? I'm choosing my words a little more carefully and with care and love. You know what I'm saying? But if you gonna show me that you don't give a fuck, like you say, I'm disrespected, ignored, unappreciated. At this point, I don't care, baby. You get your pink slip. This is me signing your pink slip, and yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, basically.
I don't have to deal with this. I'm going home.
Absolutely.
These hoes be homeless. I'm not homeless, thank God.
Amen.
I will go to fuck home.
Amen. You
On a
understand?
nigga. These bitches be taking a lot of shit from niggas because they have nowhere else to go. I don't do that.
Well, baby, it's a blessing to have somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Like he was saying, like we was saying about the dudes doing the extra work in the bedroom or whatever. Now, it will behoove you to do extra work in the bedroom just because it's fun. But you know what I'm saying? For females,
I was just about to say, is that something that a female want every day?
sex?
No, no, no. Do you want, he said they about to be flipping and dipping, and do you want that every day? You want to go to the extreme every day? There's no time that females want, like, oh, okay, let's just come over here right quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't, you want it to be the whole flip and a dip and a every day?
Not every day.
Majority of the times.
No, I'm not necessary. It don't gotta be all that. It all depends. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Honestly, it all depends on how often we doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
So if we literally doing it every day, then of course not. You know,
Right,
we ain't got time for that.
right,
A lot of
right,
times.
right.
Well, especially when you grown, you got a life.
Absolutely.
I can see if we just was coming home from school every day and they had shit to do but fuck in our
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's not that. Niggas got jobs, lives, kids, you know what I mean? But at least like once a week. And every day we could at least like little spoon in the morning, a little quickie at night before bed, something like that, as often as possible, even if it's not every day. It don't have to be crazy, but you know what I mean.
Understood. I totally.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause you going to work, you doing other shit. Now, if I'm taking care of you and this all you doing is your job is to satisfy me, like he said. Especially, don't let me be going to work and coming home cooking and shit. You ain't even cooking. What is you doing? Watching your kid that you pumping in me because that's all you can do is pump it. Nigga, no, you better be acrobatic, Brian Pumper, Mr. Magic, mother effing Wesley Pipes, all in one nigga. Yes.
So
that's what you need to be doing.
Do you think that should
every
be
day?
Do you think that should be like vice versa?
I might can't do that every day if I'm going to work and shit. So you might have to be the head doctor some of them days. But he mentioned that too.
Yeah.
You might have to blow some bubbles in the end.
Get y'all a little practice on with them little toys for the kid. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a practice on. But so on a vice versa tip, do you think that If a man told his lady,
They've been telling us that. What do you mean?
you ain't gotta work, stay home. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
And be a sex kid. Have my butt, have my dinner ready, be in some sexy, looking good and ready to bust it open when I get off work. God willing, I have energy to bust you back up. Yes. That's what they've been telling.
So
Telling
I'm
us
saying
for
that
decades.
I'm asking you, but do you think that you can?
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Oh,
All I'm doing is shopping for cute lingerie. All I'm doing all day is making sure my hair, nails done. I'm at the gym doing hella squats so I can ride on my tippy toes.
yeah, I feel that that's fair. That's definitely a thing.
Pleasure though.
Uh,
That's why women like that stay pregnant.
fair exchange is not a robbery.
They ain't got nothing to do but stay pregnant.
That's it. I'm here. Well, no, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Not stay. You know what I'm saying? After they done what they amount that they having, so you ain't gotta be pregnant no more. They could just get their amount out the way, boy. You feel me? Then, because once the kids start growing up, what happened when he want to start vacationing and shit? You know what I'm saying? Let's start doing shit. You know
And
what?
you got money,
Yeah,
get a nanny, pay the grandma.
yeah, yeah. That's always an option. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like this because this is kind of what we was already talking about earlier. Conflicts or comedy, how we handle the little stuff. Breaking down how couples deal with everyday disagreements without losing the vibe. I like my idea of having and I think that that's gonna be a thing. You're gonna be able to get yours real soon, right here at Time to Talk It Out. We'll have them for sale. Yep, yep,
It's on the way.
yep.
Everything is in the making.
It's real. It's coming up real soon.
It's a process. So
Um,
just be
yeah.
looking out for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think one way is to write each other letters, send each other texts. I think laughter and making jokes, I think as long as you're not joking too much about serious stuff, like when your partner is like really hurt or serious and you like making jokes and shit, trying to be funny and shit, just like dog.
Yeah, valid.
Humor is a good thing. Laughing together, you know what I'm saying, and being able to see the funny in some shit that other people might like lose their mind over, I think is a tool. What you think?
I mean, all that is valid. Me personally, my advice is, one thing that people always try to say is, I want to say this. One thing that people always try to say is communication. Um, but what you gotta know is that everybody is not comfortable just outright just talking, no matter how long they know you, no matter what. Everybody's not comfortable just addressing the situation at hand as soon as it comes about. So my advice is always take your time, get some air, reevaluate the entire situation yourself from both perspectives. Try to look from both perspectives as you're reevaluating. And then you go back and you address, you talk about it. So I feel like my main key is just get some air, reevaluate before you just try to, before it comes off the very first time, because usually that's out of reaction. Sometimes you can just be mad and you can say the wrong thing, and then you got to come back later and say, yo, I ain't mean to say that. This is, when ultimately
That's a maturity thing, though.
would have took that time.
Yeah, I feel like so many relationships probably ended because people just didn't want to say that. You know what? I didn't mean to say that. Or I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
Basically.
So many people, especially people who get married young or get together young, I feel like so many people, um, but at the same time, I feel like that's a red flag that I can't really get over. If you can just say some bullshit to me and don't apologize before we go to bed, you just let that shit simmer, or just like let that shit simmer. And you think you could just, because first of all, how much bullshit you think you just gonna say to me?
Right.
Like, who do you think I am?
Yeah.
Like, no. So, like, there's power of life and death in the tongue. Words can make or break a relationship. I don't care what nobody say. That's why I say, as I've gotten older, just in general, but especially relationships with people that I care about or people that I have to be around, like coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? Case in point, um, my daughter in the Detroit Youth Choir, the staff, some of them, or I don't necessarily agree with everything, but I can't just be like, you know what I'm saying? Just tossing them any kind of way, being, rude, crass, ghetto, whatever. Sometimes they, do stuff that I be irritated about, as far as like taking forever to let them out and stuff like that. But I have to be understanding. I can't just go off like I might have in my early 20s, at work. Like, look, how long we been on here? Because I can do a whole nother story time.
No, listen,
Well, we've been on here an hour and 35 minutes. Okay, yeah, story time. I'm gonna make this short, though I ain't gonna give all the whole lot of details. I'm gonna just say I was working with a friend. I was working at this place first, and I got her the job. And eventually, she got jealous and tried to get me fired. And I had to work with her after that. You know what I'm saying? That was difficult, but it was a lesson learned in forgiveness and professionalism. If that would have happened when I was in my early 20s, I would have been like, F this job, and me and her would have been fighting. Honestly. That's how betrayed and hurt I felt with what happened that day. But God, it was a teachable moment for both of us. And it made us both better. So, I'm grateful, that ultimately that it happened, but it's something that I probably would have handled totally differently if I was less mature. And if I had been, less further along on my journey toward Jesus from ratchet to righteous. Okay?
Right.
Not saying I'm righteous. I'm the righteousness of God, but I'm not righteous yet. Okay? I'm if we talking 1 is wretched, 10 is righteous, I'm about a 3 on any given Sunday. I might be a 4, 5 if I just really prayed and fasted.
You somewhere in there.
Yeah. So you will get lessons in so many different forms of ways. It's crazy. But yeah, a little short story time. I learned a valuable lesson in forgiveness that day. For sure. I don't thank God for it.
It'll definitely happen.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't be humble quick. It will happen.
Humble ain't the word. I was definitely humbled, but even more so than that, I was crumbled in a way because I was crushed because I had put her on a pedestal as like she was older than me too, like old enough to be my mama dang near. I'm giving away too much information now. If you know, you gonna know. So stop talking about this. Yeah, y'all get the picture.
Next up, moving along.
Moving right on. This will be the last question because we've had a long day. We've changed the time zone, the weather. We just got back from New Orleans.
Woke up to 70
few hours ago.
77 degrees. And
got home to 30, 40.
40 here.
Okay, so.
But we could not go on without leaving you guys out.
I love y'all.
I had to do it for you guys.
So the playlist of us. So this is music that defines our relationship. What do our favorite songs say about our bond? Okay, so for me, I got a few songs that like remind me of us. It'd be like our travel based soundtrack or travel stuff that we didn't play on different trips.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if I had to pick, I got two songs, and I just want to know if you know what they are. I got two songs that Garfield got hit on. I got two songs that I feel like is like our anthems for, and I want to figure out a way to get them on the channel without getting copyright. But it's two songs. Can you guess? Do you know? Twerk, y'all. Excuse me. I just got this booty like 10 years ago.
I wouldn't think that it would be none of those. So, this is why I will probably have to do it. And then I don't know the name of these songs that I'm about to say. I don't know, but
sing them.
I won't. I will not. We will not do that.
Sing the song.
I'm not gonna do that for you guys because that's that.
The chorus.
We're gonna save you guys. One song that I think is it's a Spanish song, kind of, sort of. He said gangster shit. And we're on that gangster shit. That hey.
Honorable mention. Oh my God, because I wasn't even gonna say that. Shamo neck.
Now, that's that I thought.
No, but that was a good honorable mention.
Right, not because it describes nothing, just because it's not even like when we hear it's probably played on a little bit. Here it's probably played a little bit, but it's more so we get out of towns like song that we listen to or something. So,
shout out Little G.
Yeah.
And on that gangster shit.
Yeah.
But not that song though. That's an honorable mention. If I had to have a top 3, that's number 3.
Okay, well, that's one of my ones. And my other one is I don't even know the name of. I don't know the name of this song either. I don't even know who sing it. This is crazy. I just be listening to the music. I just know it's something like it goes something like I like to tell you goodbye.
I'd rather say way too long before I get to see my baby. Love that song. So that is the end. That's the song when we about to go. But what's the song that's for the whole trip, for the build up for a trip, for the trip, just for the relationship, just because this is our jam. It's your jam and you made it my jam. And I just feel like it fit, even though I listened to it today and I was like, wait a minute, I don't agree with that. But I like the song and I like it. You still don't know.
I'm thinking. I got a good buzz going on right now. Y'all gotta excuse me. What you say? What? It was so it was my song first. What happened? You said what happened with it though? Cause now I'm thinking you got me like, okay, what happened with it? What you say happened with it?
It's the song. Like I just like it, and it's the song that.
Now you said something happened. Okay, well, okay.
So I was listening. We was listening to it earlier, and I was like, "That's what he's saying." No, I don't agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no. You talking about Passport Junkie Ride Wave? No. Okay, that. Okay.
Passport Junkie Ride Wave. That'll be the beginning and just like the whole trip and just like the whole overall theme of it all.
That's my jam.
And then See You Later is like when we going home.
Yeah. Shout out Ride Wave.
I played it.
That's my jam. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I think his name's Stewie, the guy who sing that song.
Oh, okay.
Stewie.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's definitely a good song. It's a great song.
It is a great song. And anybody who know me know, I don't be saying bye. I say see you later on the phone when I can leave
That's
somebody
something
made a
that
lure watch. Like I
Mom
don't like to
say.
say
Yeah.
bye.
Mom Duke say that. Shout out Mom Dukes. That's one of her things. So don't say yeah.
Don't say bye.
Yeah.
Cause this not the last time you gonna see me.
Yeah.
Like don't do that.
Shout out Mom Dukes. She said it.
Okay. I love y'all. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Been another banger, as they be saying.
I don't know if they do that dance or whatever that move is. Maybe they do that. I don't know. I might just be getting a little old now.
No, what are you talking about? Because I don't know.
I ain't never seen that move.
Well, this has been another banger. And episode 7 is in the box, in the bag, in the books.
I'm gonna find a way to edit that, so it's gonna be like back. That's 7 down.
It's been like I really appreciated y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to Time to Talk It Out podcast on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to Life of T Double on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jen Checking In TV on YouTube. And last but not least, make sure you subscribe to Travel Days on YouTube. Okay, we got something for everybody. You can follow us on the socials on Instagram. You got
TTTIO on Instagram. You got Talk It Out on Facebook. You know, so.
And for me, Jen Checking In across all socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, that's it. Not Facebook.
I ain't got time to talk it out on TikTok. Don't forget, we haven't really put a lot there yet, but
we've been to. You gonna put the travel stuff on there too, or because I feel like some of this stuff is gonna be cross loaded,
right?
Until you know each page builds its own community. Yeah, they're going to be very much cross marketing each other. So really appreciate y'all for shooting with us in the gym. Okay. Yeah. Steph Curry with the.
That's about the freestyle. I thought that was about to happen in here.
Oh, cause y'all know I can now. Don't do that.
Thought it was going.
I get the rapping up in here. But anyways, it's been real. We really appreciate y'all. Please, if you didn't already subscribe to all those channels, you can go back and watch the recap. Go watch my video on Jen Checking In on YouTube because I got the first installment of the New Orleans series. So you can go watch the beginning of what we did in New Orleans. And the rest of it will be up tomorrow night, probably. I'm going to do the voiceover tomorrow. And then, if not, no later than Thursday. So part 2 to the New Orleans series will be up.
Yeah, just subscribe to them handles because it's about to be a lot of more content loaded just every day, just something, just every day, just at least every week, you know. So just get ready.
Because we ain't enough.
Yeah, just get ready for that, man.
And get ready for the cruise. Yeah. If y'all want to cruise with us, let us know because we're also going to do a cruise next year. At the end of the year, y'all can jump on. This one is already coming up fast. Y'all probably can't jump on this one because the last payment got to be paid by April the 12th. But my birthday cruise at the end of 2026, it's going to be a whole thing.
So, cruise with us.
Cruise with us. The travel days. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We couldn't do it without you. And we'll see you next week on episode 8. New beginnings. That's what the number 8 is supposed to be.
We'll be here to do it again.
And make sure you keep it 100.